everyone and welcome to Math Mantra. So today in this video we'll talk about the cool trick on how we can prove 1 is equal to minus 1. Some of you would just go whoa 1 is actually not equal to minus 1, right? And we all know it's not. But today in this video we'll talk about how can we prove 1 is equal to minus 1. So without further ado, let's get started showing this cool trick. So in order to prove 1 is equal to minus 1, let's assume a character x that is positive integer and we assign that character is equal to 1. So let's assume x is equal to 1. Now we'll square on both sides, which is x square is equal to 1 square. Now with simplifying, 1 square we all know is 1, so it's gonna be x square is equal to 1 once we simplify that. Once we done simplifying, we'll just deduct by 1 on either side. So the equation then will become x square minus 1 is equal to 1 minus 1. As we know, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. By simplifying, it will essentially become x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Now let's, by the mathematical equation of a square minus b square is equal to a minus b times a plus b, right? So let's from that equation get started expanding this x square minus 1 equals to 0. As we know, 1 is essentially 1 square. So we can see this equation x square minus 1 is in the form of a square minus b square already. So let's change that and expand that with the same equation that we have it on the right here. A square minus b square equals to a minus b times a plus b. So this equation essentially will turn into ax minus 1 times x plus 1. On the right side, there's not much further simplification or expansion we can do, so we'll carry that down equal to 0. Now x minus 1 times x plus 1 equals to 0. So let's divide both sides by x minus 1. So once we divide both sides x minus 1, on the right side of the equation, anything divided by 0 is 0, so that will simply remain 0. On the left side, however, x minus 1 will cross out and x plus 1 will remain. So simplifying further, x plus 1 is equals to 0, right? Now deduct by 1 on each side will give us x plus 1 minus 1 equals to 0 minus 1. So simplifying on the left side and the right side, x plus 1 minus 1 essentially will turn into x equals to 0 minus 1 will turn into negative 1. So x equals to minus 1. To minus 1. But we know from our original assumption that we assign x is equal to positive 1. So we bring from what we assumed or what we started off of, x equals to 1, and what we did prove just now is x equal to minus 1. So let's compare them both. Proves us 1 is equal to minus 1. Whoa! How did we do it? We all know 1 is actually not equal to minus 1, right? So how we were able to prove 1 is equal to minus 1? Now I'm gonna give it a little pause. Why don't you pause the video, look at the entire screen from beginning to the end and see what did we do. So give it a pause, give it a try and see if you could find what should have been done correctly. Okay, so for those who were able to find it, let's start quickly. Assigning some x equal to positive integers, totally acceptable. Squaring both sides, acceptable, right? And then we deduct by same number on both sides is also acceptable. Expanding to a square minus b square equals to a minus b times a plus b is also acceptable. Now dividing by any number which is x minus 1 is also acceptable. However, the issue is we assigned x equals to 1, right? So x minus 1 becomes what? 1 minus 1, right? And that is 0. So can we divide by 0 on each side of the equation? It's not allowed. If you start from 2 equals 5 and divide both by 0, any number you divide by 0 essentially becomes infinity. So 2 is equal to 5, we can easily prove by that just by dividing both sides 0, right? So 2 divided by 0 is infinity, and 5 divided by 0 is also infinity. So does that mean 2 is equal to 5? It's not, right? So x minus 1, what we did there to divide by, was illogical or incorrect operation, if you will. So that's the reason why we were able to prove something that is mathematically known as being incorrect, which is 1 is equal to minus 1. So I hope you like this cool trick. Hope you'll be able to use it to your friends and family and show them, hey, let me show you this cool trick, show how I can prove 1 is equal to minus 1, and hope you learn from this as well that dividing by 0 is not acceptable. So if you like these kind of videos, please subscribe to our channel, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Thanks, bye.